Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Gamecast, episode 348. The end of a week, essentially. This is a long week for E3. This is E3, guys. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Oi.
What's up, guys? Like I said, this has been a lot of podcasting since Sunday. We've been doing a lot of work in this. I hope you're enjoying our shows. E3 is still going. But we will not
technically just started as we.
Yeah, it is technically. Podcast. We did 4 podcasts, three before it started, but or was it 3? I don't know.
3.
Two or 3.
Two. Yeah.
2. But we did one based on the Nintendo reactions today. But yeah, it is starting today, and yeah, man, it's going on all week. So we'll have more stuff to talk about next week. Probably, but we have a lot to break down this week, so I thought we'd just run through what we've been up to. If there's anything worth adding to this, I mean, I went back into Doom now, so I'm a couple hours into that. It's a 20-hour game, right? So I'm probably a third of the way through.
15.
Oh,
yeah, I would say
okay.
15 probably more.
I'm probably a little over a third then, easily. So I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying the badassness of it, like just the power you get in that. It's just like, yeah. And I'm not playing it on difficult settings. Like I'm just playing it to play it. So I'm just yeah.
That's what I would recommend.
Yeah.
Because I think I was kind of at that same feeling curve with you, where I started the game, I was like, okay, this is enjoyable. It's very throwbackish, but I don't get the hype. And then there's a certain part, probably 4 hours in the game, when you get a good assortment of weapons and powers, where you're just like, I'm a fucking monster. Just running around, just ripping them apart and stuff like that.
It's funny because, like, in the first chapter, like the first section of the game, I remember being like a little startlingly frightened by demons coming out, and now I'm like,
let's do this.
Let's go.
I'm here.
Yep.
I'm here.
So I'm like, come on. I'm like, I would be if I was in the game able to yell, I'd be running down the hallways yelling.
Yeah. And that's what I think Doom does a really good job, because as the game starts out, you're all holy shit.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's like, all right, I got a chainsaw, you motherfucker.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's really all I've been playing games wise. I do want to mention. I should have mentioned on the movie cast. I picked up a Roku. So I have a Roku now. It's nice. It's really cool. Oh, why? Okay, so it's like I picked up a Roku. First of all, I had a $50 gift card to Target, so I wanted to figure out what I wanted to get, and I don't have a TV box in my room, any TV cable box, and this has a TV app on it, so I do have Xfinity TV now in my room, which is kind of cool to have.
Okay.
But I will say that as a dedicated device to media streaming apps, it kicks the shit out of the two game systems. Like, it runs far better. The picture quality is better.
I don't think I have ever
streamed
stuff on my the consoles.
These are, I mean, okay, yeah, you have the Apple TV. I have to say that this stream quality from this, like, I'm watching, like, the YouTube videos from the games today on this, and it just, my TV loves it. Like, it's just eating it up. It's a 4K Roku player, HDR, and the quality of it just makes it look amazing. And because of the gaming side of things, I always leave my TV on the game settings, so for latency. You have to leave it on game. But because it's a media device, I set that thing to fucking full HDR and not worried about, game latency, and it looks amazing. That TV can really freaking shine. So I'm really happy with my purchase. I just want to mention that. Like, I really like having this dedicated device. It is $90. If it was $50, I would say people should get this thing without a doubt. But
so but what's the advantage of getting that over some, like, say, a Fire Stick or a Chromecast?
The streaming. First of all, they've been taking away apps through streaming on occasion. The companies themselves, they'll notice you trying to, like, Chromecast stream. Like, Comcast doesn't let you do it. That's why I can't watch Comcast videos in Chrome. They've blocked it. So yeah, they're a bunch of assholes. So the fact that they actually have an official app for this makes them not going to, they're not going to be pulling it away anytime soon. So, like I said, it's a 4K player, so I really got to use more of my 4K features in my TV. Because on the Xbox and the PS4, the apps sometimes work with 4K. Then there's certain features that are missing, like they don't have HDR, or they'll have HDR and they won't have 4K. On either one, it's back and forth depending on. So I have to change back and forth depending on what I want to use on the consoles. Like Netflix is better on Xbox, but Hulu's better on PlayStation. YouTube's better on PlayStation, but you know what I mean. So now it's all in one, and it runs faster. It just works better. So I'm very happy.
Cool.
With it. But Mike, what have you been playing?
I'm still playing Injustice. Still, the gear drops are still super addicting. The multiverse, which updates all the time, is great. There was a Wonder Woman event last week where you got movie accurate gear if you beat all these different objectives, which is pretty cool to see.
You have to beat Wonder Woman?
No, you were Wonder Woman and you beat certain like levels and stuff. To get all of her pieces together, and then you get buffs and stuff. It's pretty cool. And this time they debuted Red Hood, the first DLC character. So There's another multiverse event where you play as him and you go all the way into the last boss, the Joker, of course. And you have those little one-liners they give it. Some of them are really great. Like Red Hood will say like if he lands a good hit, he'll be like, "Should I kill you? Let's have a poll," which is a reference, of course, to Jason Todd. And my favorite, one of my favorite lines is Superman, who is a dick in this game, if you know the Injustice story. It's a total dick. Harley Quinn is a good guy now too.
Oh,
so
they've done that though. They've been trying to do that for a
versus
while.
Harley Quinn. Yeah. If it's Superman versus Harley Quinn, Superman has a joke for you, and she's like, "Oh, this should be good," and he's just like, "Superman versus Harley Quinn." That's the joke, and I like that one.
Okay, something gets lost in the
you were
translation.
like cutting in and out. And
yeah, your lagging probably hurt that joke a little bit, but
the execution.
Yeah, the execution missed, but it's okay.
I'm sure the joke is fine.
So fun game though.
Yeah. Red Hood's there. He's available for people now. And yeah, it's just more stuff. That's all I've been playing.
It's cool that they let you play him though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Corey.
The usual stuff on my consoles, Destiny and all that, but I did get to play Star Wars Rebellion, the board game, and I have to say that game is fucking fantastic.
Really?
If you are a Star Wars fan, you have to play that game, because obviously I'm the Empire, because I mean, look at us. We're trying to unify the galaxy, and these stupid rebel scum are trying to fragment this shit and destroy our fine union here we have going on. And but they make it so like the rebels are at are desperate the entire time. You feel like you're always on the run and like trying to hide from the Empire. The Empire's you feel super confident because you got like these massive ships and massive armies, and you're just trying to find this rebel base and you're searching for it the whole time. And it really encapsulates what the movies, at least episode 4, 5, and 6, were all about. Yeah. And it brings all those characters to life, and it makes it feel like you're playing the movies in a board game.
We tried to play this, didn't we?
No, this I have Imperial Assault.
Oh, Imperial Assault. I'm thinking. Okay.
A different game. This is just you play basically episode 4, 5, 6, cool. And the rebels get to choose a planet where the rebel base will be, and then the Empire tries to find it. And there are different things you can do.
Back to it. Okay, so we're back.
And I was just saying before
the technical difficulties.
The game was the board game Star Wars Rebellion is fantastic. So if you're a fan, you should really try it. It's a 2-player game. It can go to 4, but really it's meant for 2 players.
Oh, it is a 2-player game. Okay. I was gonna say maybe do you have it?
I don't have it. Somebody at my office has it, and we played it one night after work.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Tony, what have you been playing?
Just more Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting farther than that.
Thoughts?
It's really good. It's very good. The combat is satisfying against machines.
Like, just keeping like comparisons, because you're obviously the comparison it draws is Zelda. I think that the thing I liked about Horizon was the story scope of it. I think the story was more present than Zelda, where Zelda's gameplay is probably a little better. That's what I got from these two games. That's why it's that's why it's so close for me, because while the combat is very good in Horizon, it's solid. Zelda I thought was great with the exploration, the mountain climbing. I thought that was amazing, but I thought Horizon's story was just more was there but easier. It just much more involving.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are differences. There obviously are. and that's just the way that Zelda structured itself, because it literally was, you can go
I mean,
anywhere
there
you
is
want.
no game like Zelda right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
What Horizon does, it does very well. The combat against machines is
Yeah, it's fun.
fantastic.
It's fun.
The first time I stumbled upon a Thunderjaw or Thundermaw or whatever.
Thunder Mall, I think they're called.
No, there's Thunder.
Thunderjaw.
Thunderjaw.
Oh, Red Mall. Red
They're
Mall.
The Thunderjaw is the T-Rex like thing with like, yeah, I think.
No, yeah, it's kind of like a T-Rex thing. I was like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. And I was like, plunk, plunk with the electrical stun thing, plunk, plunk, another there, and then plunk, plunk, another here. I'm like, all right, let's see how this goes. Explosive darts at the, some of the weapons it was outfitted with. Draw aggro. I'm like, all right, see this go. And just doom, charges at me. Does so much damage. I think he one-shot me because he stepped on it. And I'm pretty sure I just instantly died. I was like, all right, okay. I see you. Tried it from a different angle. Didn't work again. And then, I don't know if this was intentional. I'm not even sure if this encounter is supposed to be done at this point in time. But I managed to cheese him a bit where I drew him away from his, his home radius, I guess, where he would chase me. And I broke all of his equipment. So the only thing you do is his mouth laser move, which is pretty slow and easily telegraphed. So that's the only thing he could really do to me, other than melee or stomp me. But I drew him to a point where he would approach me, and he would start like walking back to, I think, his home or wherever it was. And I would just continue to fire at him and do like pitiful amounts of damage. I think like 20 at most. Yeah. But then he'd turn around, shoot another laser at me, come up kind of close, and then do another laser, and then it would turn around and walk. So it took like 10 minutes to kill him, but I finally did. I wasn't sure if I broke the game in that manner. I don't know.
I broke the game near the end with a big thing as well. And I can't talk about when you get there. Like, I'd like to hear how you did it, and then we can talk about how you guys did it too. But there's a part in the end of the game that I completely exploited. Like, there was no. I knew it's an exploit. Like, the game was not smart enough to tell me not to go there. So I went and did it, and I want to know how you guys do it. No, because it was pissing me off, the fight, and I'm like, I wonder if I can go over here. So I did. I'm like, okay, 20. That's all. You're right. It sounds exactly. I was like 20, and these guys, yeah. So that's all I kept doing.
I think I did something similar, but I used some pretty heavy duty weaponry at that point. It wasn't 2020.
No, I mean I did, but I had to. Yeah, I mean at some point you run out of that stuff. That's how badly I cheesed that. But yeah, it's one of those games though that, like Zelda, it does have that opportunity to kind of manipulate the game, which I think is an open world game has that. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to.
And later on, like some of the stuff you get to do with the manipulation of the creatures is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just unlocked an ability to hack more creatures, which is pretty cool. So I'm interested in seeing how that comes into play. But no, anything against the machines is strong. Yes. I really dislike the human encounters. I don't think they're fun at all.
I think they're repetitive. I always thought they were repetitive.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah.
I didn't mind them, but I sort of viewed them as like stealth sections. Like they're almost all set up or laid out in a way where they want you to kind of try to just sneak up behind every one of them in different ways.
Yeah, I don't think I ever faced them head on. Like,
I mean, if I made a
call
mistake,
on
I would.
Reinforcements.
I'd probably do stealth for like maybe a quarter to a half of that encounter, and then the rest of it I'd mop them up.
Yeah, if something goes wrong, they're not too hard to deal with. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really care for fighting humans. I don't think the AI for them is particularly strong, and if anything, it's just kind of like they have so many bodies versus you, where it's just okay. I'm taking out some guys to the left, but there's like 8 behind me, so
like, all right.
I definitely looked at it as a puzzle though. Like, you can't let them call for reinforcements and just see how you can approach it without.
I didn't even give a fuck. I was just like, all right, I'm just setting you all on fire then. Fuck it. But the stealth is just so overpowered in this game. I almost feel bad because it's almost too easy to do in a way, I feel. Because it's really just, I'll go in this grass, I'll use my whistle move, one guy comes over, and it's just shink, and then I just move over, do the same thing to another thing, and shank, and whatever. It is what it is. I'm assuming you can't do it later on to the more bigger creatures. I'm just assuming. So we'll see.
No, give it a try.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying, as of right now, in the first 10 hours of the game, my impression where I'm just, and the thing is, I think you got a bonus XP for doing a stealth kill too.
There
so
are
just,
like perks to get. You can do that. Yeah, I
Right,
had that.
so
I
I'm
had that
just-
going without a doubt. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm just like, well, the game encourages me to do this, so I guess I shouldn't feel too bad about it. But no, I'm enjoying it. The story,
I like the story.
it's interesting. I'm kind of curious to where they go. I sort of anticipate a lot of things out of it. So
I'll
Okay.
be back.
yeah.
All right. This podcast is riddled with all kinds of shit. All right, let's get into E3 then. Let's just go. We're gonna kick it off with the way they kicked off. Well, I mean, E3 didn't really kick off, but it kicked off Saturday, I guess, with conferences, press conferences, and E3 started this. We've already had bonus rounds. I'm sorry, for the big three companies: Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. So if you haven't checked those out, please do. They're on YouTube. They're on iTunes. For Sony, please check out the YouTube channel. There's a video stream of our live reactions, and you're gonna want to watch some of that because it's pretty hilarious actually. When we're clamoring for something to happen and then the exact opposite happens. I think we said this is 2017 like 8 times in like every preview we saw. This is 2017, and then what? So we did it so much. It was hilarious. But anyway, so EA kicked us off with E3. They showed number of games: a Need for Speed Payback game, FIFA, obviously 18 was there, a game called A Way Out, which I think
looks really good. In my opinion.
that was the most interesting from their show, right? I think. Would you say?
I mean,
Which was that
Anthem
one?
is interesting.
Anthem.
A Way Out
obviously.
is from the brothers.
Yeah.
Sons or
That's the
whatever
one
it's
that
called.
requires 2 players.
It's
It's
a
a
co-op.
co-op,
Yeah, it requires 2 players.
Co-op Prison Break.
Yeah.
So, it sounded cool. Like
Seems like you're not in the prison for very long either.
yeah.
So it's just like
So
Prison Break.
It's just like Prison Break, yeah. All right. They had NBA 18 on there. Battlefront 2 was there. And Anthem.
NBA Live.
NBA.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm
that's-
sorry.
that's
NBA
their-
Live. Yes.
The new competition but for 2K, which
Not
has
new.
been like.
And would you say competition? Really? I mean, they keep trying.
Well, we'll see. I know they keep trying, but it used to be the one, and now it's been so bad that they like canceled half their games in the last few years. So
They took
let's see if they can actually do it.
Yeah,
I mean, Battlefront 2 looks great, but we've seen it already.
Yeah, I want
Anthem-
some.
They're
Qui-Gon.
putting story modes in every sports game that they got now. So I mean,
Yeah, it's-
Madden's got a story mode.
I know it looks really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want to play a story in a
I have to
sport
say though, I did like those Men in Blazers skit. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I think my best thing from them that I saw was Anthem because I thought it had a lot of promise, but we didn't get to see enough of it, obviously, to know what it is. I like the idea of it, like we said in the Microsoft reactions video and stream. We talked about that, it was a highly scripted video we saw in the Microsoft one, but it looked like it had a pretty cool premise, squad-based combat. And so I hate when a company tries to declare a game a killer of another game, because it's like
They never said that themselves.
nobody in
Everyone
their company
else
has
is-
ever said that. Somebody had to get that from
Publicly.
somebody.
Publicly, they have
Somebody
not
had
said
to
that.
get that from somebody.
No, I
I
understand.
guarantee
I'm
you
just saying
internally they were saying
that
we're
they were
out.
It's
they were
bulletin
definitely
board
playing that,
material.
saying, look at how successful Destiny is. We need to make a game like this.
Yeah,
I definitely believe that's what's going on, and that's what the media kind of latched onto. I just not to say they came out and said this is our Destiny killer. They didn't say that specifically.
I mean,
but it's
publicly.
heavily implied. Heavily implied.
You don't think internally they were like, "Fuck Destiny, we're gonna fuck them up."
obviously the media is getting it from somewhere. Like, they're not
I'm
coming up with
sure.
it themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure it was part of a meeting or something inside there, or like, this is our goal for this game.
Because it's a new IP. Here's the thing: it's a new IP. We don't know anything about it. So when we had leakers about this, they were just like, "Hey, this is EA's Destiny killer." So unless they interpreted it themselves, which I doubt, I'm fairly certain it's EA leakers. They're
That's
just like, "Yeah,
what
we're
they were
creating a
going
game
with, yeah.
to take on Destiny."
So it's a third-person style
And it's
game.
EA. It's fucking EA, man. Really?
Yeah.
Like,
It
would you
seems
put
like it's
past that?
first person outside of the mech and then third
Okay.
person inside the mech.
Which is a cool mix.
That's what I got
Which is a
from
cool
it.
mix. I like the mech combat base. I liked what I saw from it. As
It
long
really
as that's
reminded me a
as
lot.
This
long-
is not mech.
Hang on.
This is not mech. Don't say mech.
Exosuit.
All right,
Exosuit.
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 Yes.
Iron Man suit. Let's just say Iron Man suit.
Exosuit.
Very
Yeah,
much an
suit.
Iron Man.
Okay, Iron Man suit. Exosuit, Iron Man suit, same thing. But I think that
it reminded me. The demonstration reminded me very much of the Division.
Of the what?
Of what?
Which is the Division.
Oh, okay. Just because of the scripted?
It's highly scripted, squad based. Like, oh, I found this cool gun. Ooh, like the exact same beats were hit in this demo.
And that's the troublesome thing from it. Like, it was very scripted. So
I don't. Yeah.
What, Tony? What?
This just goes back to the conversation I have where most of these companies will show you a trailer and you cannot believe it. You cannot take it at face value. Unfortunately.
But we were talking about this. I was agreeing with you on Sunday.
I'm just reiterating
because we were talking about. Remember, I brought up Watch Dogs. I said yes. You're right.
I know, but this is the regular Gamecast, so just in case people aren't listening to bonus time, I just want to get this down here.
Okay.
Yes, and to me that not that worries me at all, because I was super hyped for Division. Like, we talked about it as some of our most anticipated game.
That year, yes.
And then it became my most disappointing game.
Yeah.
So for this, I'm just gonna let my expectations stay
in check. I mean, that's the best part about thank you, Division, because now we've learned, and thank you. See, Ubisoft helping us again. Yeah. So then we had Bethesda. Bethesda was a very tame conference. They had Doom VR. They had
Skyrim.
They had Skyrim. Wait. They had Elder Scrolls Online. Elder Scrolls Online. Skyrim on the Switch, that's right. What'd they have Fallout 4 for?
VR.
Oh, VR? Okay.
I mean, they have their own VR unit. So.
Yeah.
Oh, they do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're the one who sued the Oculus people.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Not Valve, Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a brand new side story Dishonored game, right?
Yeah, standalone.
I might be done with Dishonored in retrospect. I always play those games once and then I try to play them again and I'm just like, this is boring.
I tried to play it, Mike, and I hated it, but
it's close to being something real compelling, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's close to being worth my time, but
they had a new
not the second time around.
New Wolfenstein game shown, which was awesome looking. I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was cool because they threw the title of this game out in a console somewhere that you could find, and somebody found it. It's like, oh my god, is this real? And then it came out, and I loved the first game from them. So
which I have to borrow from you, so I can play.
Super excited for this one because I think storytelling wise, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, gameplay was okay. It's not the greatest shooter out there, but story wise, it did a fantastic job. So, yeah, this is definitely something to look forward to, in my opinion.
Yeah. A new Evil Within.
Yep. Got leaked on Reddit.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, I enjoyed the Wolfenstein footage. I really look forward to that. Other than that, the games on this list, I've already tried VR and it wasn't for me. So, yeah. All right. And we also had anything to add to that conference, guys? No? All right. Ubisoft was the next conference, right? Yes, Ubisoft before Microsoft, right? Or was it Microsoft then Ubisoft? Wait, it was Microsoft then Ubisoft on Monday. Yeah.
You might as well do Ubisoft first, so I get the third parties out of the way.
Well, we already covered Microsoft, Mike. I just wanted to talk to you what you thought of it, if you saw any of it.
Honestly, the only thing I know is the price point.
Oh, which
that's all I know about it.
Feedback-wise, $4.99, winner,
too
right?
Much.
It's a winner, right?
It's at least $100 too much.
Oh, and that brings me to this part of the podcast that I have to pay up for. So Corey and I had a side bet one evening. This is probably Friday night or Saturday night, right?
It was like maybe a day or 2 days before the conference. It might have been the day.
Yeah,
before.
I was definitely a little intoxicated.
It was like a day leading to the conference because you got so high in your Kool-Aid, you started talking shit crazy. Like,
I saw the price drop announced.
Nonsense.
I saw the price drop announced for the Xbox One S. $349.
We're gonna get $349.
Yeah,
$349 is a possibility, guys.
Yeah. I was like psyched. If it came out at $399, I would think that the system's going to do fantastic because it is a very powerful system, and it just I thought they've learned their lesson at $499. You can't sell. I mean, Sony learned that lesson years ago. It doesn't sell at $499. We know this, but no. So then I told Corey that I would praise him for like a minute.
Oh man! All right, you got the timer ready?
This might get gross. I don't know if I want to hear this.
I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I didn't really get a list together here, but I'm gonna
I'm gonna
just
write it down.
I know I didn't have time, so I'm just gonna be like.
And no, we should delay this a week. Otherwise, it's just awkward. I don't know. It's up to Corey.
I think I got one. I think I got one though. I think I got this. How this?
All right. Timer's going.
Okay. Try to be best because you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it. Try to believe, though the going gets rough, that you're gonna hang tough to make it. History repeats itself. Try and you'll succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have your dreams. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around.
You're singing.
I'm not singing. I'm stating. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
I do have a headband on today.
Nothing. This is amazing timing. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
And I think this is a little racist too. I don't know.
It's super racist.
Fight to the end because your life will depend on the strength that you have inside you. I'm only saying it. I'm not singing it.
It's pretty close to how you sing
Get
it.
in there. It's close.
Where was I? You gotta be proud. Staring out in the cloud when the odds in the game defy you. Try your best to win them all, and one day time will tell. When you're the one that's standing there, you'll reach the final bell. You're the best around. Woo!
Is that
You never said my name once, by the way.
Yeah. That was weak.
Corey, you're the best. I'm the worst. You're the greatest. You're clearly far better than me at everything.
I don't know your terms too, Jim.
You're very good. You're very good at Destiny and Borderlands. You're the best player I've ever seen at those games.
All right, that's enough.
This nearly seems like a roast instead of a real.
Yeah.
There's no authenticity to
What are you
those.
talking about? I pulled games out. I said you're great at them.
Yeah, you're the best.
Sorry.
Wow.
No eye contact, nothing. That's fine.
I was reading from the list.
Eye contact, motherfucker.
By the way, guys,
the Microsoft conference, like going into this conference, I really thought this was going to be a shit show of a conference. I did not think that they were going to show games. I thought that they were going to rely heavily on the Scorpio being a big draw and being something exciting to be looking forward to. And for me, I was shocked. I was really surprised. They said, we're going to come out with 42 games. We're going to show you 22 console exclusive.
So that was the bad wording. Now, here's the thing. Wouldn't you think that this show would have just been better if they said 7 console exclusives, 15 launch exclusives, 42 total games? Just real quick. Like, just pound that out. Like, just boom.
I mean, what they did was fine. But then the messaging along the way was where it really fucked up. Because along the way, it kept changing.
Yeah.
Like, with Battlegrounds alone, it changed 3 different times.
Yeah, and that is an exclusive.
The developer comes out and says, exclusively on Xbox. The screen up top says, console launch exclusive. And then a launch exclusive console. Like, what are you telling us, Microsoft? I have no idea what this means now.
Fucking mixed messaging, and this is 100% your boy Phil Spencer just being an asshole.
He's the hype man. He's trying to, like, get people to be hyped. I don't know.
I do
Did you see that interview I posted? Did you see that interview I posted earlier today with what he was saying? How all of a sudden he doesn't like...
No, he said that before. He said that multiple times. That's what he said since the beginning.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, for me, like I said, they surprised me, and there were a few games that were interesting.
Yeah, and there was.
And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff I wouldn't be playing on Xbox because a lot of them were multi-platform.
Here's the thing, like, the games that were announced, and this is why the conference for me was the weakest of the big 3, because the games they announced, while there's some of them I am interested in playing, it's not one of those, I gotta go out and buy that when it comes out immediately. I'm like, I have to play that immediately. I didn't get that feeling from any of their games. Like, none of them
To me,
was...
this conference was, if you have an Xbox One, look at all the stuff we have for you.
Sure.
It's not like, go buy an Xbox One, because this is the stuff you can get.
And I think Tony and I talked about that in Slack as well at some point. But, well, when we were talking about why I would give them even what I gave them.
I mean, I'll be honest, even not even as an Xbox owner, but I just don't see what the compelling feature of hey, you're an Xbox owner, like, good for you, man. Here's your games that you're getting this year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what.
Crackdown 3, Forza 7...
I've tried, and I've now watched 15 minutes of gameplay footage of Sea of Thieves to try to get excited for that game. Like, try, and it's not done it. Like, it's just not done it for me. I'm sorry. I keep trying, and I'm like I like what.
Well, you don't have to apologize to us, Jim.
I'm trying. I literally was watching that before the podcast here because I was like, oh, it's in 4K. Let me check this out. So I watched the gameplay of it. And I'm like, it looks nice. It looks pretty, but it looks damn boring.
Microsoft keeps trying, and that was my problem with the conference. They showed so many things that they had already shown off for years.
I'll probably get Forza 7. Like, I probably will get that. It does have to compete with Gran Turismo Sport this fall now, which is very rare for it to have to compete with a Gran Turismo game because they're spaced out a little differently.
Differently, as in a Forza game comes out every year on the clock.
Yeah. And I don't usually buy annual games, so I didn't buy the last Forza 6. I bought Horizon 3, though, and I bought Forza 5, so I usually skip. So it wasn't a guarantee that I'm going to buy it. I am interested in Super Lucky's Tale as long as it's fun. I probably would get that, and it's going to be a cheaper game, which is great to hear. It's a $30 game, so that's going to be nice.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, just to go back on the racing stuff, because we didn't mention it real quick. I think the Need for Speed, for me, because I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan, I like that game. I was like, wow, this is speaking to me.
My nephew was
if I was going to get
so
a racing game, I would get Need for Speed.
When I told him there's a new Need for Speed game coming out this year, he was so excited. It's ridiculous.
How's he even old enough to know what a Need for Speed game is?
He has played so many Need for Speed games. You have no
How?
idea. I don't know.
There are so many of them, Tony.
He has played
but he's
so young.
I know.
They came out on every console. Every console had a Need for Speed game.
I know.
Like, everything had it. Like, the new and old ones.
Yep.
I know.
But anyway, so Microsoft we talked about. Mike doesn't have much to add. Let's go on to Ubisoft, which we didn't talk about at all yet. So Ubisoft's conference came out, and it was like great, like emotional conference. Like they had some legitimate, Beyond Good and Evil too. But let's go through exactly what was announced. What was that here? Ubisoft. On my notes.
Started with Mario and Mario plus Rabbids.
Mario plus Rabbids.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, it started out with Assassin's Creed, didn't it?
No.
Oh, it started off. Oh, that's right. They had Miyamoto. They had Miyamoto there to introduce it. So that was a shocking game for me, and that's why I really like their conference quite a bit. Like that's like why because I was a big fan of Beyond.
I can't believe you're saying that. They are two games, Jim. They bookended them too. Mario plus Rabbids and Beyond Good and Evil.
And I really like those two games.
The rest of it was what?
I'm not a big fan of the
You
Crew.
don't like any of that shit.
I'm not a big fan of Skull and Bones.
No Skull and Bones.
I'm not a big
Crew
fan of
2.
Assassin's Creed. I don't think I give it to. I don't know. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, two games you're gonna say is.
I guess.
Like I said, the highs were very high.
Then?
The lows.
But I can't give it to. I can't give it to anybody else.
Well, that's why I was saying with you're like, Skull and Bones. I'm like, what the fuck? You don't even play multiplayer focused games.
Yeah, it's not even doesn't even have a single player.
No, it doesn't.
It's like an Overwatch of the Sea.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw it and I watched. I did my research before the podcast. I wanted to double check. And yeah, the Crew too. While it looks interesting, it's not going to be a game anybody plays because Forza Horizon exists and Need for Speed is coming out.
Star, whatever they call that. That's Just Dance.
Just Dance is there, yeah.
But I really liked the format of their conference though. Mm-hmm. I liked that the people that were super passionate about these games got to come out and show the games that they were passionate about, and it showed on the conference. Like it showed on their faces, it showed in what they were saying, and even if you didn't like the game, you felt like these people really cared for what they were doing. Yeah. Oh, Far Cry 5 was as well,
which is really weird for us to get from Ubisoft, who we've hated on quite a bit with Division recently. Talking about how nobody plays Ghost Recon, but yet it's always in the top sellers list. We have no fucking clue why. And Ass Creed. We always talk about Ass Creed. And they were bringing out a new one.
I have to say though, I like Egypt. I like the setting. I don't know if I'll play it, but I am excited where they're going with this.
I have given that game plenty of chances. It is dead. It is dead to me.
That's fine. And like
yes,
I said,
have I?
You play
Yes.
half of one of them. You played like half of one of them, right?
I played the first game, which I got halfway through, hated it. I played the second one because everybody said play the second one. It's far better. And I hated that.
It is. I don't know how you could hate that one.
Yeah.
If that's new to you, I don't know how you could hate that game.
It was very good at the time now, but with like I mentioned in Slack and obviously on the bonus rounds or whatever, like with Horizon being out, just doing everything that Assassin's Creed, doing it better in a more interesting world. That's tough. That's tough sell.
I am a little interested also in Far Cry 5. I'm slightly interested in that game.
I like the setting too. I really like the settings of these games.
I like the setting, so I was like, I'm interested in that game. Like that's another thing. I forgot about that one. Like
personally, I would do Assassin's Creed again before another Far Cry. I played the later Far Cries and I'm a little tired of them. I played 3 and 4 and I'm like, all right, that's enough of this. But that's just me.
And did we talk about everything then? Skull and Bones was their Sea of Thieves killer.
It's their multiplayer.
I can't believe that shit. I cannot believe that
competitive multiplayer online ship battles.
Yeah, it's ship battles though. It's not like it doesn't seem like there's as much
competitive.
Yeah,
it's only competitive. It seems like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the same world that Rare's trying to build with Sea of Thieves.
No, but the comparisons will be made.
Oh sure, yeah, and it looks nice graphically.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. The typical Xbox owner. You show them Sea of Thieves and you show them Skull and Bones. Which one are most of them going to buy?
Yeah,
Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 4 had some great ship combat.
I think I've watched you, but I watched you play that game somewhat when you got when you got it on PlayStation 4, and it just doesn't do it for.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Look,
like,
I'm in a new town. Let's climb to the
game.
top, the highest building, and then jump off the top so I can get my missions, and then let's go and assassinate this person in some weird way that you can kind of break the game and not make it that fun, and then go ahead, let's climb back to the top of the next tower and jump off the top, because that's the way you have to do every fucking scene.
Yeah, well, they started that. Now everyone does that.
What? Who's everyone that makes you climb to the top tower and jump off of it? I want to know.
Well, we have Horizon, where you do that. Let's see, all the Far Cry games.
Yeah, see, I haven't played Far Cry, so...
even in Arkham Knight, I think there was an aspect of that in some of the Batman games.
Absolutely. I'd say that Arkham took some inspirations from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's the Ubisoft one, though.
That's
They ended strong, though. Beyond the Evil trailer
very
looks fantastic.
Yeah, as long as it's real, I'll give Tony that little stipulation.
And it's a prequel. A lot of people seemed like they were upset about that. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
So I like the world that they're building there. It's very interesting to me. And it looks like you may be able to go to different galaxies. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know. There wasn't any gameplay footage, so.
No.
Exactly.
All right. Sony's conference.
There's no way it's coming out before Metroid Prime 4, by the way.
All we got was a slide. We only got a slide for Metroid Prime 4.
Still, it doesn't matter. There's no way. There's no way this game is coming out.
We'll see.
I don't know, man. When Breath of the Wild was announced back in 2013, things can get announced and be delayed for.
I will say this:
Metroid Prime games aren't of the same scope.
I will say this:
sure.
my want to play Metroid Prime game is higher than wanting to play Beyond Good and Evil 2. I want to play Metroid Prime.
There's nothing to do with that.
I think it's going to happen.
Just based on Ubisoft's track record, especially Ansel. It's Ansel. Yeah. He delayed Rayman Legends, man. Come on. 2D platformer.
I mean, this game has been 15 years in the making. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to come out.
We only got 5 more.
Yeah.
Making.
Mike, what did you think of Sony's press conference? We didn't get your reactions on that.
Well, I was right about Spider-Man.
Yes, you were. Give him my credit. I want to give him credit on this podcast. He called it. Now, I don't think it's because of the game looking terrible.
I'll give you partial credit.
Yeah.
You were right in that it's not coming this year, but you were wrong in saying that this game looked troubled. I think this game looks fantastic.
I think it looks like ass. It looks like a freaking QuickTime event. Like, you might as well be like Beyond Two Souls or something.
I just had the same reaction as the 2018 announcement. I definitely just did this. What? Did you watch the same thing?
I watched the whole thing, and it was like, okay, I guess we're playing like
very Uncharted,
a Telltale game,
very
Uncharted.
I
don't know. Telltale game. It looked like Uncharted. And there's nothing wrong with that.
A little bit, but
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's not what I want from a Spider-Man game. I don't want these on-rail set pieces where it's just QuickTime event after QuickTime.
Swinging is not going to be on rails, by the way, Mike. They already said that.
I understand that, but I mean, like, I don't know. It didn't look great to me.
The combat looked extremely fluid, just like the Batman combat. Like, it looked a little more Spider-Man style, but it was Batman's, like, had the tones, had the notes. Like,
they had that for the stealth part. We didn't see enough of the, like, actual action. He just, like, I just saw a bunch of logos pop over characters' heads again, and just like press this button to win. I don't know. I didn't.
That's like Batman.
No, it's not.
Press Y to counter. Press X to disarm. Whatever it is.
Yeah, that was over them the same way. That's what I'm saying. It looked very Batman-esque.
No, I just it looked like a QuickTime event, like clusterfuck to me. But
we'll see. I mean, we'll see once it comes out. From Insomniac's track record, they don't usually do that kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean, I will tell you, if the combat is QuickTime event, Mike, you are absolutely right, and I will apologize to you the second it happens.
I will say that
90%
of this trailer was these big set pieces where it was all QuickTime events, like.
Sure, but not the combat.
And that's what Sony loves to do. This is what I say every time an Uncharted thing comes up. I go, I don't understand why you guys get excited for this stuff. Because you hold forward and then press whatever button pops up on the screen. Because it's just a set piece.
I've always complained about Naughty Dog style like that myself.
I've always enjoyed
but I'm just saying, this is Sony's MO. That's how they do their trailers. That's how they do their games.
As long as they make... But see, like, Uncharted gets the pass for me because I like that universe and the characters so much that's why I play it. I play it for the story.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, this is what they do for their trailers. This is how they market their games.
Yeah. But I liked what we saw. I thought the game looked
I really liked
fantastic.
what we saw as well.
Yeah, I thought the game looked fantastic.
I wasn't too happy about it.
But
I mean, as far as like a set piece goes, like that's a section of the game you're gonna get, but then you also get your free roaming, swinging around and doing stuff.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but I feel like every time any like actual story relevant thing happens, will it be like so confined to like the script like that? I wouldn't like that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it could be, but like again, we saw them go through one way of doing it. Like there may be multiple options and multiple paths to take on as far as how you approach each enemy and each encounter.
It didn't look like that from what I saw.
Sure, it may not, but that's not to mean that's what it is, So I just, being optimistic.
We also have 2018? We don't know anything beyond that, so this could be like holiday 2018.
Yeah, it looks like it's far out. Yeah, because we were talking about that on the reaction stream last night for our post reactions. God of War at least had early 2018 announced, which by the way, it did, right?
It's gonna be March.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Which by the way, that game won me over when I wanted to play it. Like the more I look at that, and I watched another video when I got back, I rewatched the video in 4K on my TV. And God, it looks so good.
But are you
someone's gotta come
invested in that universe at all?
No, not at all.
See, because for me, I'm sure the game might be good, but I don't care at all about him. I don't care about that character.
It's a restart,
or the story.
Though. It's
so it's actually good for me. It's good for me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't have to care about the character right now because they're saying it doesn't matter. Like this.
I don't know about that. The whole idea is this is like his old man Logan. His past is like.
I mean, you're kind of implying that for yourself, I think.
That's what they say in the trailer. They're like, forget your past. It doesn't matter who you are or whatever.
Exactly. That's what they say.
I know, but you say that when you're hung up on your past. Or when your past matters.
I'm saying because of your experiences with other things, you're kind of throwing that label onto this, where I think that you can come at this with fresh eyes and not be a God of War fan and enjoy it because it is a departure from what the game has been.
I don't know. I'm not into that universe, so I don't particularly care about that. What else is there? I was happy that there is DLC announced for Horizon. There wasn't much more than pretty vague cutscene there, but
get an idea of what to expect.
I'm excited. There's
Lost Chapter looks good. Like the
Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy. Sorry, not Lost Chapter.
I'm always up for more Uncharted, so
See, I'm not so sure about that one. It depends on what I'm doing at the time, I guess. I'm not as excited about that, but it looks all right.
And for $40, it sounds like it's going to be an 8 to 10 hour experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you bought the certain version of that game anyways, you get it for free.
Right.
So.
Days Gone was there. They showed you actual.
And Days Gone looked better.
More gameplay.
Looks like it wants to be a Last of Us type of game. I think.
Of course, everything they do wants to be a Last of Us.
Yeah, I know. There's a style. You're right. It's all kind of very similar.
Tony cracked the code. It's the father son the way they do things. It's the same exact beat.
Parent-child.
The parent-child, not father-son. Yeah, parent-child is more accurate.
Emotional beats.
And
Horizon's got that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just skipped every time that guy came out to talk, so I don't know if he said anything important.
No.
Because
He only was out there for 5 minutes, maybe tops.
We're number one. There you go.
Good for him. So yeah, it was all right.
It was actually under an hour, that conference, I think.
No, it was a little. It's just over.
It was over.
Yeah, just over.
Oh, when he came out, it was at. He said 60 minutes. So, and then I looked at it. I was like, we're at 56. So.
Yeah. Now, by the time it was like an hour and 2 or an hour and 3.
With Spider-Man, I guess it was.
They closed with that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the Sony conference, and I waited until now to bring this up.
Now we can bring it up.
So the fact, all right, Sony definitely did a better job than Microsoft in terms of managing their time, because Microsoft just was way too bloated. I don't think they needed to.
Let's wait for 2 hours before we tell you the price of the system. We showed you
That was the dumbest call I've seen in so long. Or maybe, I don't know. That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
But Sony, I feel they didn't take advantage of the conference format that has been traditionally used, and other Microsoft and Ubisoft and everybody else does. It was just he comes on stage, talks a bit, and then it was just an hour of trailers. He comes out
going to like a movie theater and watching trailers for an hour.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like they could have done that digitally.
Yeah. But they had the particle effects and shit above the audience, and like the real life fake zombies and stuff.
Yeah, who cares? It's fucking dumb.
It's like Disney World or something.
Yeah, I'm sure that was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure people sitting in the theater were like, "Yeah, this is awesome."
I'm sure they were actually. There were some interesting looking people in that audience.
I would rather be there watching it than at my couch. Sure.
Really?
Sure.
I would like to be there. I think it would be entertaining to be there to watch that. Yeah. I wouldn't like to be at the conference, like the hall right now. That looks like a fucking shit show.
I mean, it would have been nice to skip through the talking too, but other than that, it would have been good.
What do you think the line to get in there was like?
Yeah, but that hall was big. But yeah, you'd probably get there early. But so then we had Nintendo's conference today, which we had our reactions on. Anything to add to it, guys, that you want to talk about? I think we were all on that one. Yeah, we were all on that. So
yeah, I was most half on that. But yeah, like I said, the two big announcements for the undisclosed times, but Pokemon on Switch and Metroid Prime 4, big deal, I think.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Yep. And Rocket League crossplay.
Rocket League crossplay was awesome.
That was blowing up on Twitter. It was trending, I think.
Oh, Minecraft crossplay to Switch is awesome.
Yep.
So the super duper deluxe graphics XP expansion that Microsoft announced.
Actually, apparently that's coming to all the other versions as well.
It is. Yeah.
Which, again, messaging it's confusing.
They want you to know it's coming for theirs first. I mean, that's not a mess. That's
that's what Phil
that
wants.
One's
that's
done
what Phil
on
wants you to
purpose.
think.
Yeah. I would, but even I would choose to say it that way for that game. Like for that, I would. Like the world exclusive thing is overdone for them. Exclusive. They need to get rid of that and just fucking show us the stuff.
Exclusive.
Yeah. I got tired of that voice. Yeah.
Exclusive.
So
world premiere.
So let's go. Let's go over E3 here. So what do you guys think? Was it a good show? Mediocre?
I have to throw it out there to Devolver because their show was fantastic.
I still haven't watched all of it. But
it's one. She comes out at one point and is like, "Did you like that? Did you like the look of that game? It's not finished, but you know what? If you want to buy it, you can now."
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because it's pretty much what I've been saying for years about E3, how it just doesn't matter at this point. And I really think that this year showed that E3 is just.
We were all pretty excited for this, and I have to say that my excitement isn't as high as it was when it started. No, because we got a lot of games that aren't coming out this year.
Your expectations. That's understandable.
Yeah,
I still think that E3 is important.
No, I agree.
Maybe it's not as relevant as it used to be, like for the business aspect of it, but as we saw, for the public, they're opening it up to the public. It's a time for gamers to come and get together and talk about games. I mean, it's all we get to. It's pretty fun. I like that.
We've done a lot of podcasts. We have done a lot of podcasts this week, which has been cool. So,
you guys who don't work on weekends.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I know, Mike, you couldn't be there. I'm not blaming you for not being there.
Restaurant business and stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just I was just saying that we actually wanted to do some extra bonus content for that, and that's because it's exciting. I think for me, the punch in the gut was the $4.99 price for that. I had a punch in the gut. Like, I didn't get one. See, I didn't get a punch in the gut for Nintendo because I just wasn't.
I just don't understand how you could say that was the punch in the gut from Microsoft and not the fact that they didn't show a single new game.
But I mean, like,
new game.
I'm sorry, Forza, which we knew going into this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're coming out with this. Like, here's the thing. I will say the hardware looks impressive.
They showed Ori.
It looks sleek, right? But to take advantage of that, what's their game that's taking advantage of that?
There's nothing. I said that earlier. Like, there is not like
Forza.
There were games that I was interested in. There are games that I'm interested in on the system. There are, but there's no game that's coming out in the future right now that say I need to go buy this immediately the day it comes out from Microsoft. That's it. Like the only game
and
that
that's what I was saying earlier. Is just like it's not that conference was not about selling their system to you. It was about saying, hey, if you already have one, look at this.
But that's not what they need.
That's why I think they failed
with
with the Scorpio.
Yeah. That's not what they need. They need to bring in more audience, and they didn't do that.
Right, because Jim, if that hardware came out and they actually had a true first-party exclusive game that was like couldn't even be run on the Xbox One to the same degree, and it was your dream game, whatever, whether it's a shooter or a racing game or whatever, I guarantee you the $4.99 wouldn't make a difference. You'd be like, okay, whatever. I wanted it to be $3.99, but it's $4.99. Whatever. It's an extra $100, but I have this game and I want to play it.
And I have
because the price will come down eventually.
I have $450 in credit at GameStop, so it's like that was not going to be much for me to do. And you're right. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a
I think you hyped yourself up too much that it's coming out at $3.99.
You hyped yourself so like I'm reading a Slack and I'm just like, dude,
so certain.
Like I could have said yeah, I could see $3.99. You're like $3.49. I'm like, nah, no way, dude. And then Geoff Keighley, hours before the press conference, just tweets, yeah, it's $4.99. Suck it up. It's like, oh shit.
Yep.
And oh man, I don't know if you read the after it, but so many people were just so pissed. There were emotions flying everywhere. People were like, oh, no, this is a controlled leak. This is a controlled leak. That way, when Phil Spencer says it, it's $3.99. It's positive. And other people were like, oh, Geoff's
this is the messaging,
leaker.
Man.
He fucked up the messaging. He should have let Phil do it. Like, fuck Geoff Keighley. All this shit is.
I love that you keep calling
I like how you keep calling him Geoff because of Geoff.
Yeah, I do.
It's Jeff. Yeah.
I know. It's just years of.
I know.
Yeah, I do that too all the time. Like anybody with a G.
Anybody spells their Jeff name that way, I call him Geoff.
Yeah. But the thing with their messaging this whole time is that it's a premium product.
Right.
It's joining their family of Xbox One.
But they've already learned.
There's no way they're competing with PlayStation Pro because PlayStation Pro is not that big of an upgrade over what you have in PlayStation 4.
I know, it's not, and then nobody's taking advantage of it either. So, like, here's the thing that Microsoft can do, is get third-party support for that system and get upgrades for it. Right now, 30 games isn't enough to tell me to go buy that.
I do appreciate that they're saying every game you have will play better. I do appreciate
but
that.
I want to see that. They have to actually show us what that is, because they spent no time on that whatsoever.
And they spent more time on that than I think they needed to actually.
I don't think they spent any time on that because we didn't see it. We didn't see what it did on your older games.
They talked about it for a good 5 minutes. I'm like, show me some more games.
No, they didn't. I timed the entire intro for that. It was 7 minutes from the time Phil stepped on the stage. The entire thing, from his intro talking to everything, was 7 minutes.
7 minutes from him and the guy that talked about all the specs and teraflops and RAM.
That's with the intro video and everything. It was 7 minutes.
No way.
I timed it. It's on YouTube. Go look at it. It's on YouTube. It was 7 minutes. When you said it felt like 30 minutes, I'm like, let me look at this.
I said it was 20 minutes. I looked at the timer on my freaking video.
It was 7. Go look at it.
Okay. I highly doubt that.
Nope. When they got into
from when the conference started.
From when he walked on the stage to when
I
they
think
showed
you're forgetting
you
Corey,
Forza.
they did break it to show Forza.
When they showed you Forza, that was when
they started with Forza.
Yeah. That was 7 minutes in. Was Forza.
No way.
Go ahead.
You're telling me what time did the conference start?
Here we go. I'm bringing it up.
No, what time did the conference start? 3 o'clock or whatever. 5 o'clock. What time? 5 o'clock.
I don't remember.
You're telling me at 5:07 they showed Forza. Bullshit on that. That is fucking bullshit.
I smell a bet. Make a bet.
Where is it? I don't want to look at this one from GameStop. Ugh.
Oh, even if they started like 2 minutes after top of the hour, there's no way at freaking 5:10 they were showing Forza.
Where's Microsoft's feed on this? I'm looking for it. But anyways, while I'm looking this up, so I can show you, I All right.
I didn't. Then they did a piss poor job of like making me feel like that time flew because it felt like it was 20 minutes.
Okay. I'm not gonna say that's not the job they did, but all right. I'm gonna give you a timestamp right now. I am watching it right now. Timestamp wise, Phil walks on the stage. Ready?
Welcome. When the com starts, 6 o'clock. Whatever.
Here it is. Phil's walking on the stage at 3 minutes in. Okay. Now I'm going to scrub ahead 7 minutes, and there will be a Forza on my screen. Are you ready for this? I'm going to 10 minutes right now. We're doing this live.
Huh?
Here's 10:08. Well, here's 9:37. First of all, we're at 9:39. If you guys want to take 20 seconds to watch this, at 10 minutes, that game is going to be on the screen. I'm 100% confident about that. Here we go. 9:50.
Okay.
Here's 9:54. There it is on the screen at 10 minutes. 7 minutes. It was on
10 minutes.
No,
that's 7.
No, I said from when he walked on the stage, it was 7
when the
minutes of
conference
talking.
started.
7 minutes of talking is all they had for the entire thing.
Well, then they did a terrible job of making
I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm just telling you that you were wrong.
Nope.
All right. Where the hell were we? What happened?
We're talking about Xbox One X, which, by the way, is a fucking dumb name. I cannot believe you guys are okay with it.
I don't mind with that name. I like the name.
it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
It's like a screen name with X's surrounding it.
Yeah,
The only
it's like a
problem I have
1990
with
something.
it is that it's too close to S.
Yeah.
You can confuse S and
Yeah.
S.
If S didn't exist, that would be a great name.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is so poorly named. There is going to be consumer confusion. People are
You might be right.
Masses
I
people are
doubt that, Tony. Like once they see the price, they'll be like, no, I want the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't think there's anybody at all? Okay, well, we'll take that into account. You don't think there's going to be anybody this holiday season that's like, oh, little Timmy wants the Xbox One X. It's like, it's this $499. Oh, this one's $249 though. Yeah, Xbox. We'll get him that one. You don't think there's going to be any of that?
There's going to be confusion about what system kids want. There will be confusion. Parents going to a store to buy a kid an Xbox, they're going to have to make sure they know that that's the one they want. They don't know which one it is. So yeah, that is going to be a problem.
I want Xbox One X.
Yeah.
X?
X or S?
X?
X or S, yeah.
Too similar. Similar.
So
So
I
dumb.
understand, and I'm saying that is a problem. But as far as the name itself goes, I like that name. I think that it fits.
Why? What does the X mean?
It just reminds me of like how cars do it. It's like Model X, Model S. I'm a big Tesla fan. That's what they got. They got the S and the X.
All right. Overall E3 stuff, guys. Let's break it down for each of us. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about how much we liked the show. It was mediocre.
We also talked about Devolver because they were awesome on that. It was great.
So
my favorite show.
E3. They made fun of E3.
Yes.
They're literally
Tony,
like,
fun.
As somebody who thinks, who obviously
15 minutes, boom, in and out.
Slammed E3 for being relevant anymore. What would you think of the entire show here?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I thought it was disappointing. I mean, it's exciting that we get so much attention. We get a lot of discussion. We got a lot of new footage. But in terms of announcements, both Microsoft and Sony primarily showed games they showed off last E3, both of them. Nintendo, they have their own stuff. They have directs throughout the year, so we knew a majority of the stuff is coming out.
They treated it like a direct day. That's why they only had 25 minutes of stuff.
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You guys talk about a special time, but I mean, I think Nintendo's doing more for that special time with the tournaments that they're doing between Splatoon 2, ARMS, and Pokken.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're into those games, it's fantastic. It's not for me, but.
Right, I'm not saying it's.
Yeah.
It's not
I understand your point, though. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
More interesting than just having one conference and setting up a small booth for people that aren't even like. Why should any of us give a fuck about people there getting to play these games? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You throw a stream up. Okay, now I'm interested because I can see these games. I can see how they're played on a competitive level. That's much more interesting. But in terms of announcements, even from third party, it's Square, nothing. Konami, nothing. Like
the
Ubisoft,
Japanese developers were largely missing. Kojima Productions was gone.
Even Western stuff, I wouldn't say is really strong.
We got nothing, and I forgot about this. We got
conferences.
nothing from Visceral, from EA's thing for Star Wars. We got nothing for that.
That's
right,
exactly.
that?
Battlefront 2's year.
Huh?
That's what they said. Amy Hennig came out and said, "This is Battlefront 2's year. We're not going to show you anything until
Right. They don't want to compete against
comes out."
themselves. If they showed you their Visceral game, there's no way Battlefield 2's.
So they're not going to do a Battlefront yearly kind of thing? That's not going to happen?
No.
No, it's every other year.
Okay.
It's Battlefront, Battlefield, Battlefront, Battlefield.
Okay.
Get your battle straight.
Mike, what did you think of E3? We're gonna go back to I want to hear favorite games.
Well, my favorite games.
No, just tell me what you thought of E3 first, though.
Well, I mean, it's about what I expected, honestly. Like, I wasn't that hyped going in.
Yeah.
The expectations were so low.
No, I mean, I was like, I actually am a little bit pleasantly surprised by, again, Nintendo's announcements. Everyone else, was kind of par for the course. I kind of expected what they did.
You expected Sony E3 2016 presentation?
Kinda. Like, Sony's
the games aren't out. The games aren't out yet.
Sony's been resting on its laurels.
Well, it's not resting. I mean, these games, those games, I'm looking forward to a lot of them, but none of them are really coming this year. Sony doesn't have much for the fall.
Like I said, I thought, Spider-Man, we didn't see enough, and I knew it was going to be a while before it was done. I knew that we would get maybe some DLC for Horizon, which I'm happy about, but, something I'll beat in like 2 hours, I can't get that excited about. And, it was, it's about what I expected. I don't know what else to say. Like, Microsoft, nothing new with games, just a big price tag for their new thing. Yeah. And, I mean, again, like, the only one that pleasantly surprised me at all was Nintendo, which I really thought it would just be like the Mario show. Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to that Rabbids game now. It's going to be fun. I hope it controls well and stuff. Like I hope it's a fun game with substance. I hope there's some substance in it. But Corey, E3.
Yeah, I mean, I think I liked it the most out of you guys.
Yeah,
I'd say you got what I saw.
Yeah. You sounded like you got more out of it than any of us. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Microsoft side, like it didn't matter to me, and I thought they were gonna have a shit show. So
but they brought a lot, and I agree with you. They did bring a lot of games, so that was nice. But
so like it was cool. Battlegrounds is a huge game right now, and it's coming to Xbox first, so that's big for them, I think. And I was shocked that they showed as many games as they did. I was not shocked about the price at all, so that didn't really affect me. But when it came to Sony, I liked what they showed. Obviously, we saw those games a lot before, but I was super pumped to see Shadow of the Colossus like fully remade and full HD, new graphics, everything.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit tweaked control scheme, camera stuff.
It sounds like from what I was reading.
I'm so happy that that's coming out, and I really hope that a lot of people get to play that game.
And from Bluepoint, right?
It's a treasure. Yeah.
Bluepoint.
Yeah.
Very famous for that stuff.
They made the remake for PS3.
Yeah.
So
It's so interesting here because I don't think I knew that you cared about that game that much. It's really surprising that you didn't get Last Guardian.
Yeah, no, it didn't really call to me. Like I didn't see anything like Eco. I didn't like that either. Like, fuck Eco. Like I didn't care about that game.
You say that you're
it wasn't so much as a developer, just that game specifically.
You got to pick your star of the show. Star of the show would be that for you.
I mean, that was my biggest surprise, I guess, and I didn't see that coming. I missed that Slack thing that Sony put out there.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed that part. So
I was like, you saw my live reaction. I was super pumped for that. So, that was definitely great. But I mean, as far as my most anticipated game now is Spider-Man. I mean, come on,
that was nice.
That was great.
Dude, I'm
Nintendo
so
for me, Nintendo. Like, I am happy I have a Switch, but I probably didn't need to buy one.
Yeah. Well, mine's been sitting forever.
Shocking.
But
yeah, no, and I thought I'd be playing it a little more just because of the portability and the way things are with having children and things like that. It just hasn't. I just haven't played any games really that much, and so when I do get a chance to play, I want to play with my friends and talk to people online and stuff like that. So I'll try to play Overwatch sometime, Tony, and then play Destiny with Apple and them. So. I do enjoy gaming with people online and playing games with other people. So the Switch doesn't do that right now, but that doesn't mean it's not going to, and it's exciting to see what's coming forward. And I'm excited for Splatoon. I think that game's going to be pretty fun.
Like I said, what I got out of this E3 is it'll be great to have a Switch in about a year or so.
Yeah, and so for me, the Nintendo thing wasn't as exciting. Like for Metroid, it's awesome that it's coming, and I thought that was like a way out there prediction. I'm like, this is my
Yeah.
That was on my notes. It says crazy predictions, and that's what I wrote. Yeah, so yeah.
So that coming out, I was like, that is big for them, and that definitely And that's what E3 and this type of year is, like this time of year is really about, is saying, hey, we're supporting this system and we're supporting this console in the future. So these are some games that are coming now, and these are the things that you can be excited for going, coming down the line.
Like, yeah, so, and that's what I wanted out of these conferences. Like, show me the stuff that's coming out in the near future, and then you could just tease stuff in the more far future.
And I think the problem with Sony's is that they did all that the pre-show. They didn't show anything that was coming out except for Lost Legacy and
right. That could be that.
But that's programming. That's programming, dude. You gotta come on. People are watching. They know when your live stream starts. They're gonna miss that stuff beforehand. That's programming.
Yeah, but I mean But for me, if I was gonna give you if I'm gonna take all the stuff that's coming, like the big stuff that's coming next year, and like I'd put that out before I put like the stuff that people already know about that's coming out. But yes, I already know a lot of that stuff.
But we didn't know Gran Turismo Sport was confirmed for this fall yet. They didn't say that. They said it today.
They said that a while ago. They just reaffirmed it.
Yeah. I think that.
I mean, Ni no Kuni.
I mean, like Mario was fantastic, so that could be like a gem for me. But I'm going Dragon Ball. Like, God, that looks so fun. Like, it looks so fun.
That's where I'm going.
Because it's such a shock that I'm just like
most excited. Like, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z games are a dime a dozen. Mm-hmm. Most of them are decent. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm in the mood for a B quality licensed game. Yeah. Just have some fun. But this legitimately looks amazing. It's done by a great developer. The art style fits it so perfectly. It's the 3v3 style, which Marvel versus Capcom is failing to do. I mean, it's just... It's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing.
Did you see that story trailer for that?
Yeah.
So disgusting.
Dude, all I know is, I did watch the story trailer, but
it just looks so cheap.
Yeah,
it does. It does.
Like you said before, Tony. Like, I think it was during our post reactions. Like, it looks like it should be a free to play game.
Yeah, it should be. It's absurd.
The art style, and like you posted in Slack with Chun-Li, and like when she came on screen, I was like, "What is going on here?
Who beat up Chun-Li?
Yeah.
Did Thanos hit you?" But
I mean, they already have assets of these characters that they didn't need to redo.
Everybody got a downgrade. You look at Donnie; he looks so dumb, but it's just terrible. I mean, it was kind of a different sell because they're changing up the formula. It's 2v2 format, and then the leak happened where it seems like it's mostly MCU on the Marvel side, and even the Capcom side, you don't have anybody that's really out there in terms of, that's unexpected, or it'll be interesting to see how they play in a fighting game. But Dragon Ball, like, man, that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
There are times where it seems really hard to differentiate between that and little 2D animation from the studio.
Come on, Capcom, come on.
Right.
Like and I think that's why I like it so much. I'm like, just someone take notes over there. Steal it.
Right. I just don't understand how you can be a Capcom developer and be proud of what you're doing.
Yeah.
When these fucking guys from Arc System Works, ASW, they come out of nowhere with this fucking Dragon Ball Z game that just shits graphically all over your stuff.
I mean, just combat-wise,
the Guilty Gear stuff though was really great looking, and they did a great job with that 2D 3D mix.
Yeah.
But they've done like the 3-player combat in that game. I was watching the combat too, and it's not just the graphics, the way it looks. The gameplay looks fun. Like the gameplay looks fluid. It looks good. Like overall, the gameplay looks good.
I mean, you bought those Xenoverse. Or whatever
I did, and I'm a Dragon Ball fan to begin with, but. But the game looks like it's.
I mean, those did nothing for me. Where this game
looks fluid.
Yeah, I would play this game.
Yeah. Mike, we're gonna give something for your gem. I know you haven't seen much of it yet. Do you want to wait till next week? You can give that.
Yes, and I mean, as much as I said some of the Spider-Man game looks bad, I'm still most looking. I know that's the game I'm gonna most likely to get that I saw. But I mean, for me. No, I mean, it doesn't. I don't like the whole on rails type of thing that seemed to be going on there. But, I still think it's a ways away. I wouldn't even be surprised if it got delayed to 2019 at this point, to be completely honest. But we'll see.
Could be.
Possible.
Because they're probably shooting for holiday, I think, 2018. And, that can always turn into, March of the next year.
Yeah.
But... that and whenever it comes, Metroid Prime, the Prime games are really when I got into Metroid. I was not a Super Nintendo kid. I was a Genesis, so I never really played them growing up. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. Again, this is something like 2-3 years away. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
But that was still a surprise. I really didn't think there was much chance of that actually getting announced. So that's like the highlight of the conference for me, I suppose, as far as a pleasant surprise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's going to wrap up the E3.
Hold on. What about worst of show?
Oh, worst of show.
We're not doing worst of show?
Oh, we could do worst of show. I didn't even think about
worst of show.
Worst.
Is that fucking fake esports commentator on the Microsoft show?
It was horrible.
Oh my god.
Oh, what do I
thought
do?
like another ad like stream because I think I was watching on Twitch at the time. I could have sworn another like Twitch tab popped open or something. I was just, what is going on right now? And then
no, I'm still giving it. I'm sorry, but I'm giving it to Final Fantasy Fishing. I know you guys like that, but I'm giving it to Final Fantasy Fishing.
I could respect that. I
mean, but you were saying the announcer put a monkey wrench in that because my immediately thought was go to Final Fantasy Fishing, and I'm like, ooh, that was really bad though too.
Because that's just a good example of why I hate traditional E3 press conferences. It's who is this?
Who's making this false?
Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this tricking anymore at this point? You know, I mean, years ago when they had Usher on the screen, it's just.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Corey, would you give a worst?
I mean, it's hard to say the worst. I did like a lot of these things we saw, but
probably something you disliked.
Let Mike go. I'm gonna think about.
All right, Mike.
Well, I just talked about really that like story trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty.
That was like, oh
bad.
No, that's
a
trouble.
Yeah.
Especially because Microsoft showed off Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
On Sunday, and then Sony came out and showed the Marvel vs. Capcom trailer on Monday. It's just like.
Okay, and that stinger too that just did not hit with like Rocket Raccoon as well at the very end of it. It's like, okay, so you like guns? Like I don't. All right.
Ebony Ivory. I mean, those guns are Dante's guns. I mean,
Yeah, that's nice.
I thought it was fine, but yeah, I didn't mind that, but.
I think a lot of the crowd didn't seem to get it.
Yeah.
It seemed like they're like, huh? Why?
Yeah, because to most of those people, Devil May Cry doesn't exist anymore. So.
It's true.
I mean, for taking a franchise that I love, MVC2 and everything, and shitting all over it with this Infinite thing, I guess, I would agree with you, Mike, there. That stands out. It's hard to not say that was pretty bad.
Would that be your worst, you think?
I mean, as for, on the spot, I wasn't really thinking about worst. I mean, there were some bad moments, like the Microsoft conference, for sure.
That's my bad moment. In terms of bad games, I'll go with MVC as well because I was cautiously optimistic to the leaked roster being like, I don't. And
when that first got announced, we saw the trailer. We were like, okay, it should get better.
Yep.
And it didn't get better.
Yeah, it's soon.
The girls
too.
never came.
The girls never came.
Yeah, soon too. Yeah, a few months away. Couple months.
Like, download the trailer, download the demo now, right? I mean,
yeah, you can. I rarely say this, but I actually would prefer they delayed that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Give us like MC3, MCP. Ooh, I can't even say it. Give us the last games art style even. Like that is better than what we have here. Like I just wish they went back to.
That's the thing is I blame Capcom because they're ultimately the developer, but to a certain degree I really do feel this is Marvel meddling.
It could be. It could be Disney.
Their character portrayed a certain way with some type of consistency for Marvel Cinematic Universe bullshit. Yeah. In which case, that is the worst thing that affects me from the Marvel deal.
Because you're not reading the comics anymore.
No, I'm not. So I don't give a shit. The comic industry could burn down, and I wouldn't shed a single tear. I'm so sorry to say that.
Then what stories are they gonna steal for like Phase 4 or whatever?
Because there's a lot of material left.
A lot of material left.
Yeah, but everything they pulled from is from like 10 years ago, pretty much, with the Civil War and stuff.
I would honestly rather just have them make new stuff then, because
they don't do that.
I remember the last Marvel event that didn't disappoint me.
Yeah, Avengers vs. X-Men was pretty bad.
Yep, that was bad. Civil War 1 started out fine, ended terrible. I hear nothing but shit about Civil War 2. Okay, World War.
Well,
Hulk
Civil War 2 is kind of like a lame attempt to tie in with the Civil War movie, now.
Yeah. So I just.
Well, I'd say Planet Hulk and World War Hulk are a little older, though.
Yeah, right. That's that was probably the last big event that actually was interesting. But yeah, fuck. Yeah, that game just so disappointing.
Yep. All right.
I just really want to give props to Microsoft on one thing though. I kind of offhand disregarded it first, but I love the fact that they're actually doing original Xbox backwards compatibility. I just think it's a cool feature. Obviously it's not something they have to do, and out of the original Xbox library, I really don't think there's that many awesome games that are worthwhile to play on it, but I think it's cool that they are doing it.
Yeah.
And they came out with this thing that said you can actually connect every generation of Xbox and do a LAN party.
Yeah, they did say that today.
That I think is kind of cool.
And you can play Spider-Man 2 on the Xbox One now.
Yep.
So you can play a good Spider-Man game on the Xbox.
Until this other one's out.
Yeah.
Whenever that
is.
is.
All right, so we good? That's about it?
I think
All right,
so.
that's going to wrap up episode 348 and E3 for us. We're going to have some extra news next week, don't worry. I'm sure we'll cover the rest of the week.
Always comes out.
Yeah, we'll cover the rest of the week. There's a lot of Nintendo Feed stuff that I haven't been able to watch yet, so I'll make sure I watch more of that. There is a lot of the side conferences stuff. They've done a lot of interviews with people I haven't watched yet, so there's going to be plenty of stuff to talk about. Mike's got to catch up on things too. So, yep, tune in next week for that. Tune into our movie cast starting again next week, which we did this week, but it was very short. So tune into there and write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thanks for tuning in, and Zombear Bance.
Zombear!